Hi, this is Megan Alexandria, the host of It's All About Becoming, the podcast where we have real conversations about our real lives, and along the way, we are inspired to pursue purpose in its fullness.
Hello and welcome to It's All About Becoming. I am your host, Megan Alexandria, and I'm excited. I am really, truly excited for this experience, for you being here. I don't know who's listening, but if you're listening, I'm excited that you're here because I want you to know that you are a part of history in the making. Why do I say that? I say that because literally this is my dream come true. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be Oprah. I grew up in that age of talk shows. So I saw Oprah and that's what I wanted. And here we are, today, 2023. I have my podcast. It's all about becoming. So I'm truly excited. Thank you for being here. Tonight's episode is going to be a short one because I just want to introduce the podcast, introduce myself to people who don't know me, and reintroduce myself to people who do know me. So, of course, this podcast, what is it going to be about? What is the title? Who is this podcast for? Can guests come on? I'm going to get into all of that in this episode. So, here we go. So it's all about becoming. How did I how did I come up with that? Where did that come from? Well, listen, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, and this is gonna be the place where I'm gonna be the most vulnerable and the most honest. This is gonna be the place where if you want to know the nitty gritty of anything of my thoughts or about me or what I think about any situation, this is gonna be the place and the space for that. And the reason why that is because I want to be able to create a space where not only I can be vulnerable, but I want to create a space for you to become vulnerable. I want to create a space where you can listen to and not just relate, but say, I want you to say, I agree with that, or I feel like that, or that's who I am, or I want you to be able to have a space where you belong. So that's my goal for this podcast. Well, one of the goals I should say for this is for to create a space where you belong. Now, it's all about becoming. Why did I name it that? Well, I named it that because I'm going to tell you guys something. Last year, I was sitting in my house and I was going through like a situation and I was just like really frustrated. And as I was meditating and as I was just thinking, I was just really just asking God, like, okay, you know, God help me, get me through this. And it was almost as if God was like, no, you need to become someone else to get through this. And that's when it hit me. It hit me that I had been living my life in a way to where I wanted better. I wanted something different. I wanted to go further. I have all of these dreams and these ambitions and these goals. And I didn't realize that one of the things holding me back was that I was not the person that God created who was able to receive those things. I realized that the things that I want require a different version of me. It required a different version of Megan. And so I started thinking about that. And I said, if this is true for me, it has to be true for other people. And so I started applying it to every other area of my life. Okay. So, and in particular, when it comes to because I am a single woman. So in particular, when I speak to the single ladies, to the single women who want to be married, when I speak to them, now it's coming from a place of okay, we want husbands, but we need to become the type of wives that the type of husbands we want would want. Okay, I have a business, and the type of clients that I want, that means that I have to become the type of CEO that they would want. It's almost like I have to now do life on a whole nother level to get what I want. And it's not about a manipulation. It's not about a change. Well, it is changing in a way, but it's more so of a maturing in a completely different light. So this podcast, it's all about becoming, is about that. It's all about growing. It's all about maturing. It's all about, positivity, but it's about it in a realistic way, not in what we see on social media, not in what we see in the media on TV, but in a realistic way. Because guess what? We're all of our journeys are not going to be the same. My journey is not the same as your journeys. Yours is not the same as mine. So we have to be able to not just understand that, but cohabitate with each other, have grace with each other, walk with each other as we are doing this thing called life. So, like I said, this podcast, it's going to be, I want it to be fun and exciting, but I also want to have real conversations. So we are going to laugh together. We are going to cry. And if you know me, you know I will cry in a heartbeat. We're going to cry together. We are going to explore, different ways and just new ideas together, new perspectives together. We're going to do life together. And I want you to know, whoever's listening to this, that I am with you. That's one of the biggest messages that I want you to know. Because I know that this podcast is not for everyone, and I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. But for those who are listening, for those who say this podcast is for me, trust and believe that I am with you every step of whatever journey you are taking. And as I said in the trailer, along the way, I want you to be inspired to pursue purpose, to pursue greatness, to do better, to push further, to do more, to go beyond. I want this to be a place where you can come and listen and you are inspired to get up another day. You are inspired to go further. You are inspired to start that business. You are inspired to start your own podcast. You are inspired to write your book. I don't want this to just be a place of just straight conversation, because we can have that anywhere we go, really. But I want this to be a place where the conversation pricks something inside of you to do something different, to do something better, to be someone better, to be someone different than you were yesterday. That's what it's all about becoming, is going to be about. It's going to be about the journeys that we take as adults. I am 30. I always forget please tell me when you listen to this in the comments, am I the only person who forgets my age? Is that something that happens as you get closer to 40, you forget your age? Because I do it all the time. But I'm 37. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Don't worry, my mom or somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm learning that from the life that I lived up until last year, that I was always trying to be someone that I really wasn't. I was a people pleaser, and not. And so here's the thing. I realized last year that when I got the idea for this podcast, I realized that I really wasn't living the way that I wanted to live. And when I say that, this is what I mean. I want you to listen close to this, okay? And our preparation. I realized I was living in a place of constant preparation. And before you jump down my throat on this, just hear me out. Hear me out on this. I realized that living in this mindset of constant preparation was no good. And let me tell you why it was no good. It was no good because when we hear the word preparation, most times we immediately associate it with a time frame. Okay, we immediately associate it with, okay, I'm gonna prepare this and it's gonna take this long to prepare. And when this time is up, then whatever it is that is being prepared is ready. Okay. So, when you're cooking something, you have your preparation, you cook, and afterwards it's ready. Whatever you're cooking is prepared, it's done, ready to be consumed. If you are preparing for a book launch, then after you've written the book, you go through the process of, doing the launch, and your book is launched. It's ready. And I kept realizing that I was associating a time frame on everything in my life. But the problem is that our timing and God's timing is normally two different time frames. Okay. And I get that because I was always in this mindset of, Megan, you got to prepare. You got to prepare for this. Megan, you got to prepare for marriage. You got to prepare for your business. You got to prepare. And what I've noticed is that a lot of times when you are in a constant mindset of prepare, 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 most times that's a rushed mindset. And when you're rushed, you're going to overlook something. Or what can happen is you'll go through a period of preparation that you feel is good enough. And when you feel is ready, you are ready for whatever it is you're preparing for. And then if it doesn't happen, oh my gosh, it destroys you. If you're preparing, if it's for marriage and if the relationship doesn't work out, then it destroys you. If you're trying to prepare for a certain position and it doesn't work out, then it destroys you. If you're trying to prepare to launch a business and you launch it and it doesn't work out, then it destroys you. Then you get in this mindset of thinking, well, did I miss it? Was I wrong? Did I not prepare right? Did I not hear right? Did I take too long? Did I over prepare? All of these thoughts begin to bombard your mind. And I realized I don't have to live in this constant place of, let me prepare for this, let me prepare for this. Now, granted, yes, there is a preparation process that you do have to go through for everything and anything that you do in life. However, a lot of times people will use the preparation process as an excuse to not launch out. They'll use it as an excuse to not move in what they want to do, to not move in their purpose. Or they'll use it as an excuse to think that the problem with being in a constant prepare, prepare, prepare is that you're not living life accordingly. You're living in a mindset of, oh, I need to be ready for this, I need to be ready for that. And you're so preoccupied and you're so preoccupied with trying to be something when you really just need to just be it. About becoming. I didn't want to get super deep on this episode because, like I said, it's just the introductory. But this is the introductory of what it's going to be like. We're going to live. We are going to live. Okay? We're going to live. We're going to live abundantly. And we're going to live in our purpose. And along the way, we're going to have real conversations about the things that take place in our lives. Okay, along the way, we're going to have real conversations about life. Okay, about the things that make us laugh, the things that make us cry, the things that are hidden in our hearts, the things that we secretly go through. We're going to have all of those conversations. So I want you to join me every Thursday. I know today is Tuesday and I'm dropping a special episode today, and there's a reason for that. But every Thursday night, I want you to grab your chair, or if you're, driving, I want you to have a good, cup of coffee, have your juice, have your wine, whatever it is. Every Thursday, I want you to get comfortable and I want you to turn on It's All About Becoming. Every Thursday, it's going to be a real conversation, and it's going to be a relaxing one. We're not going to get deep. Trust me. And if you know me, you know we're not going to get deep because there's enough people drowning in their deepness. We're not going to get deep, but we're going to get real. We're going to have real conversations because a lot of times that's all that's needed. All that's needed because sometimes that's all that's needed is a simple conversation to help you get through your day, a simple conversation to help you get through your moment, a simple conversation just to help you breathe a little bit. On Tuesdays, all my business people, because a part of me is because I can't leave that out. On Tuesdays, because I can't leave that out. Tuesdays, I will drop a mini episode on Tuesdays that will be geared specifically to business. It will be branding advice, it will be marketing advice, it will be business tips. So on Tuesdays, it will be dedicated to my business people. Tuesdays, I will also have, if I have special guests that want to talk about different things for business, Tuesdays will be the day that you listen in for that. Everything else will be on Thursday evening, Thursdays. Okay. And so I'm excited for this journey. I'm excited for you coming along on this journey with me as as we live together, as we cheer each other on in everything that we're doing, as we give each other the opportunity to live graciously, as we're here for one another. Remember, this is going to be the place of real conversations about real things that happen in our lives. If you have any topics that you want me to discuss, feel free to email them to me at it'sallaboutbecoming@gmail.com. Again, that is it'sallaboutbecoming@gmail.com. Please follow me on, I'm on Amazon Music, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Anchor. I have an Instagram page dedicated to this podcast and a YouTube page dedicated, YouTube channel, excuse me, dedicated to this page, or a YouTube channel dedicated to this podcast. So please follow, share, subscribe, and thank you for the support. Thank you for those who have already began supporting me before I even did the episode. And thank you to everyone who will be going on this journey with me. I am truly excited for what we will learn, how we will grow, and what we will experience together. Again, this is Megan Alexandria, and you are listening to It's All About Becoming, the podcast. And until next time, remember, stay inspired, move in excellence. Bye.